So, guys, welcome back to part two of week four recap. At the end of the video, we discussed the
Chiefs and the Eagles.
Yep.
Now the last NFC East matchup, and the Cowboys. The final score makes it seem a little closer, but here the Cowboys had control the whole second half.
They just scored.
They was never in control. It was a bunch of garbage points for the Panthers.
Yeah.
It started a good game, going 14-14, but then the Cowboys easily took control.
And did this expose the Panthers as being
I don't think it exposed them, but I think it says more about the Cowboys. They look like a legitimate top 3 team in the NFC.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my opinion.
I think they're definitely no look division winners. It's not even close.
Yeah. The NFC East is weak and they're superior, unfortunately.
See if Carolina can bounce back next week.
I think Carolina's a good team. They got some injuries. They weren't at full strength. I do think it matters if McCaffrey and J.C. Horn were both playing.
Yeah, Horn's one of their best corners, and you lost your best offensive player.
Yeah, so I don't think you're nothing to worry about the Panthers, but I do think if you're a Cowboys fan, you have a reason to be excited. Dak looks good.
Dak looks very good. Yeah. He looks MVP for.
Yeah,
and I thought he wasn't.
I never thought he was the top tier caliber, but he's entering there.
He's proven better.
We might have to do a recap of our top 5 quarterback video soon.
Yeah, we will. So, Niners, Seahawks. I took an L on this one.
Called it. Russell Wilson loves adversity.
Yeah.
They even went down at the beginning of this game. But they never give up, the Seahawks. But one note was Garoppolo went down. And Trey Lance came in and threw a touchdown pass. That's what a lot of people will see. The pass itself was actually underthrown. It was just Debo was wide open.
Yeah. Debo's Debo. And I just learned that Garoppolo didn't bench. He got hurt. He hurt his calf.
Yeah, he got hurt.
So he's questionable for next game.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. My guess is that they'll let him rest the game and see how Lance does. But that does bring them to 2-2 each, and that division stacked. So it's a big game for the Seahawks.
Definitely. I think the last place can go either way between them.
Yeah. I think the Seahawks have a chance. I mean, people are blowing them out, especially with the Rams losing. You called this one. I got it wrong. It was a complete domination by Arizona.
It was greater offense more than greater defense.
I think the defense, if you allowed the Rams to 20 points and shut them down like that, I think that's a good look.
It's a very good look.
I'm still not a believer. I know they're 4-0. I'm still not a believer.
They beat the Rams, and the Rams beat TB12.
I get it, but I'm still not a believer. And if I still had to put my money on a team to win this division, I'd still go Seattle.
Really? You that? You love that? You love Russell Wilson that much?
Yeah.
No, I think the Cardinals have it in the bag. That offense is just so great.
So you ready to call them the top team in the NFC?
In the NFC, I might so. Cardinals number 1.
Wow.
Rankings.
I still think that they're the third best team in this division.
The only undefeated team left in the NFL. And they showed it here. They proved their worth. They beat the Rams.
They're the only undefeated team?
Yeah. Raiders lost. Broncos lost.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, good for them. Still don't got them as the number 1 team.
Hey, remember, Pittsburgh went 11-0 and they lost the first round, so we'll see. Oof. Speaking of the Steelers, 17-27.
Yeah, I mean, Big Ben had a nice pass at Deontay Johnson, but that's about where it ends there. Other than that, the Packers were the superior team, and they controlled the game.
Yeah, Rodgers looked Rodgers. They look same. Ben looks trash.
Yeah.
23. Broncos got way exposed.
Yeah, we called it. Yeah. They're the fraud 3-0 team. Baltimore controlled this. I think actually Denver scored the first touchdown, right? And then it was a 23-0 shutout by Lamar. I mean, for what he has to work with, I do think Lamar's doing good. He is in that top tier quarterback to me. Just sometimes when you don't have those elite receivers and he's not running around doing his thing, it's not as exciting. And he's running a lot less this year. Plus, he was hurt.
He's trying to get the passing.
But hey, he's doing what he can there, and he has that Baltimore team at 3-1, so can't complain there.
Nope. Next one.
Especially with all those injuries.
Yeah, 19-17. This game actually worried me for a bit.
Yeah.
Did you get worried?
I'm not surprised that they put up a game. I'm not surprised. Bill Belichick playing his foe. I guess I called the blowout. You called the blowout, right?
I think so.
But it doesn't surprise me they kept it close. But at the end of the day, this TB12 put them in the opportunity to win. I know it was a bunch of field goals. They didn't close. If they would have scored touchdowns, I do think it would have been a blowout. But at the end of the day, he got them more over than Mac Jones, and he couldn't get it done.
I think this game was on Belichick too.
Yeah, I don't think you kicked the field goal there. I think you try to get a little closer.
All right, part 3, guys.